Good morning. This morning I'm going to take a few minutes. I'm going to try to cover from you from lowest to greatest the total investment portfolio that I have. I'm probably not going to talk about amounts because those aren't as important as percentages and how they relate to each other. And so some of these I'll show real quick. I have an account at Solflare, which is probably my lowest holding, and I have staked Solana. So Solana you can stake, but they have a token which is issued for staked Solana that just increases in value rather than paying you out. And I have this much in staked Solana. That's my lowest holding. If you click on staking here, get rid of my virus protection threat. This is the staked Solana I have. In addition, it wants me to upgrade to the Sol, which is the other one, the MSOL. But really don't want to do that. So there's about the same in here as there was in the other one, I guess. I haven't been tracking it that much because it's so small, and so I'll transition out of this window and just describe to you my other ones. I don't really want to go into specific amounts. So my next smallest holding is Ally. I bought Ally Bank after Buffett bought it. I bought a few of the stocks that he bought just kind of as an experiment, and so I have an amount in that that's larger than my amount in Solana, and it pays a dividend of about 4.5%. I don't know if I will keep it or not because it is in banking. This is not a great time to be in the banking sector. The next holding is Blizzard. So Buffett also bought Blizzard as kind of I actually held it before that, one share of stock with my son, but they have a merger supposed to be with Microsoft at a certain price above, and I have about double the amount in Blizzard as I have in Ally Experiment. I did have double the amount of that I currently have in Blizzard, but I sold out over time about half of that as the certainty of the closure became a little bit less. It has held its value over time as the stock market has gone down, so that's been a good thing. My next largest holding is Walmart stock. Walmart stock is just a little bit more in value than the Blizzard stock is, but I also have that split across a couple places in a retirement account that I have, and also here in a brokerage account that I'm looking at. The next largest holding that I have, I would say, is in my wife's Roth IRA, which is OTCFX, which is T. Rowe Price Small Cap Stock Fund. I think I bought this about in '98 in my wife's account, and we've had it since then. So that's the next largest holding. I've just never sold it. It's a closed-end stock fund, so I can't get more in it unless I'm already in it. It's been okay, but it's one of the only actual mutual funds that I own anymore. The next is cash, and so cash I use for buying stocks or increasing positions or buffering businesses and things. And that's my next largest holding above OTCFX. Above cash is Home Depot stock. Home Depot stock I have about twice as much as I had in the small cap stock fund. And I first bought that when Buffett bought it. I sold it in a lot of my accounts, but I kept it in my son's education IRA, and it's been in there probably for 16 years. It's went up. You see, there's another video I have on it. So it's went up probably tenfold, maybe 20-fold by now from what I bought it at. So that's been a good holding. and that's one of my core. I'd say one of my core investments. Next one higher is VIG, which is an index fund, a Vanguard dividend index fund. Let me switch over. I'm going to check through my Mint account and tell you what my holdings are there, but most of them are in TD Ameritrade. That's there. So in my 401k, well, that's not next, but in my 401k are mostly index funds. I think I have a mid-cap index fund and international at about maybe 20% of my 401k, and then another index fund which is broad market in that account. And I just buy those through my paycheck, and I never change it. Maybe every 8 years I'll check, rebalance or something, but I generally don't worry about that because you don't have to balance your 401k in and of itself, but you have to balance that risk of your 401k compared to your other investments. So altogether they need to be balanced in some way that is according to what you want. Next, I would say is real estate in the Kansas City area. So that's the next largest holding, and that is probably equivalent to portions of my 401k as far as investment portions. And so that would be the next. And then the in that range is probably a couple sales businesses that I'm involved with, a closeout business, and then also selling online, an online sales business. And I would say those are probably similar valuation to the real estate in Kansas City. And then last largest is real estate in Northwest Arkansas, rental houses. And so over time, basically I didn't buy a balanced portfolio. What I did was, over time, I bought the right assets. So if it was the right time, the right price to buy something in Missouri real estate, I bought in Missouri real estate. If it was the right time to just put money into index funds, I put money into index funds. So over time, then maybe for a couple years I was mostly doing Arkansas real estate, right? And then maybe I was just doing index funds, and so over time it kind of diversified. There's a right time to buy things, and there's a right time not to. And then a lot of times what I do is I will find a good deal in real estate, and then I will use some of my holdings that I just kind of accumulate with dollar cost averaging to fund that purchase of those holdings and build that portion of what I have, because the returns in real estate have been a lot higher than the returns in other things. Home Depot's definitely been one of the best, or the best stock. So I do have a long-term holding in that. But I just wanted to share with you how things work kind of in percentages and from top to bottom. So, if somebody says, hey, I'm in crypto, yeah, but that's kind of my lowest holding. It was a lot more. It was at the scale of, let's say, Home Depot, but then when we had a Celsius bankruptcy, right, and then some of those other risks came in, then I shifted whatever I had, that I hadn't had, got hit with as far as losses, out of the crypto, and I kind of, right now I just have the Solana, which is staked. And the reason I have the staked Solana is because there's no risk, there's no exchange risk on the Solana. It's just on my ledger, and so and we can take it off there without my approval, and that's why I still have the Solana. I think it's making like 6.6%, but I wouldn't say it's a great investment over time, but it is good when you have this portfolio of all these things to make sure that you understand lots of types of investments. And so the best way to understand it is to allocate a little piece, buy it, watch it, hold it. There's nothing like owning something to see what it actually feels like to have Ally stock or to have Home Depot or to have those things in. Then over time, what I generally do is some investments I like the way that they feel. I decide I want to hold more of those. Some things I don't. And I decide I want to hold less. And then I look for the right time to buy or sell based on that long-term goal. And that's generally how I accumulate stocks or get out of stocks. So just want to take a few minutes to explain that to you this morning. I hope it helps you kind of understand how things would fit together. And you guys have a great day. Bye.